This list has come out, the list of the weekly active users, week ending January 25th, and I strongly believe that there's something that needs to be pointed out here. One thing that a lot of folk don't really talk about is how very relevant this particular data set is and how you can even confirm it. Maybe not necessarily confirm it, but actually see where it's coming from, say, your friends list when it comes to your PlayStation account. Now, I'm going to look at, say, some of my, close buddies on PlayStation. I'm going to look at what they play, and we'll see if you can actually get some correlation going on here. Already, you see this, you see two people on the list here, on my friends list, that have 2K25 and Fortnite as the games that they're currently playing right now as I'm recording this video. Then, if we go to, say, Mo, who's the captain in our Division clan, he's got the Division basically as his top two played games and GTA 5. Then I go to, say, Red. Red, you're going to see the Division and Monster Hunter for him. But if you go to his overview games and stuff and you look at, say, some of the games that he's played the most, you're going to see mostly the Division and a lot of his single player. He likes to play. He's probably one of the more adept gamers that I've ever come in contact with. He can probably play your favorite game better than you with just a little bit of study in that regard. Then for those who let me see Ant. Ant is also a good buddy of mine. The Division, Call of Duty, and GTA 5. Again, look at the list. Call of Duty, GTA 5, 2K, Fortnite. This is kind of like how most gamers enjoy to spend their leisure. The only reason I've actually pointed out my close friends here is because I don't want to go put anybody on blast. I know they're going to be fine with me basically making a video about the games that they play. They would not mind. They wouldn't care. And streams on Twitch too, by the way. I'm going to put his Twitch link on my description so that you guys can check it out. Afflicted Gamer, good friend of mine as well too. Destiny loves Destiny and The Division. A lot of folk, the kinds of games that they play, and don't get me wrong, every single one of these individuals that have actually put, this conversation on here about, they will play single player games. How do I know? We sometimes will play single player games together. I remember we had I wouldn't even call it a party of some kind. We were just all in chat the night God of War Ragnarok came out, and we were all just playing the game. It was different. Everyone was playing a single player game, right? It was quite different, but at the end of the day, you could, kind of tell that, we wanted to play the game and such, but it's just very different to play the single player games. Even in a party chat, you're just talking about it. At the end of the day, what really resonates though, and what you'll see is inherently most of my friends are friends that play a community-based game that I love playing and I enjoy playing, which is Tom Clancy's The Division 2 and The Division 1, depending on, how you want to go ahead and how you want to map it. Now, why'd I go ahead and give you all this spill? Well, the entire conversation around gaming is now surfacing more and more that we're seeing what I think is probably the most biggest and pivotal move in all of gaming, that a first-party proprietary publisher will go out and buy the most established, highest-earning game every single year. What that did was that redefined everything about gaming overall. The conversation, the way we see both, Nintendo and PlayStation compared to Xbox. I mean, it just really shifted everything. And I have some audience members that are wondering, how does this even make any sense? We've all been used to the fact that both these, console makers, PlayStation and Xbox, have wanted to always out-console each other, sell more consoles, hold exclusives back. And how is Xbox's strategy even making any sense? In fact, one of my audience members right here, Nonchalant2295, shout out to you, you said, but is this strategy, and that's the strategy of Xbox now putting its games on PlayStation, going to help poach Sony gamers for the next Xbox hardware or add more players on Game Pass? That's a very good question. The answer to that is that's not even the intent of the strategy. The intent of the strategy is not to poach the PlayStation gamer. The intent of the strategy is to keep the PlayStation gamer comfortable playing Xbox games. Their learned behavior is being leveraged. Their platform of preference is being served. So that PlayStation player is happy where they are. They are not being inconvenienced to go buy another platform to play Xbox games. So in their minds, the ones that are not sitting and shouting about the console war, they feel valued This game is coming to my platform, and some of them want to buy it. In fact, some people, in all of the tongue-in-cheek back and forth, you see them saying, I think this is a good thing. And these are the PlayStation folk, by the way. I get to play this game and I don't have to go spend $500 on a box. So when Phil Spencer said, I want you to play your games where you can play them, it still hasn't sunk in for a lot of people. They don't really believe it. They still are like, does he really mean it? He does. Like, as long as he's like heading this ship, he really does mean that. And even anybody that may come after him in terms of succession will see that that is the pathway forward, because you cannot regress back to the old way of trying to do things because you say you want to sell more consoles than PlayStation. I see a lot of people saying, PlayStation is outselling Xbox by 5-1 and all of this stuff, when really many of them are not looking at the reality that, ladies and gentlemen, the Xbox One console, according to the data that was released, right, sold about 60 million units. That is the max that I think the Xbox Series consoles can actually sell. And as for the PlayStation console, I believe that their maximum is about 120 million units for the PS5. That's what I believe, because a lot of the people that are buying these consoles are buying it based on a platform that they already built their library on. When Phil Spencer said we lost the console war, we lost the worst generation to lose when everybody was building their digital library. This is why I myself, with all my PC gaming pizzazz and all that nonsense, that's why I still have my PlayStation. That's why, because I got a library here. It's not a big library, but it is a formidable library that I'm not interested in abandoning just yet. Okay? Now, I wouldn't go purposefully buy a game on this library anymore, but it is a library that I have. And now, even still, as much as I'm, basically in a position where I'm like, okay, maybe I might not necessarily need this library because I've almost replicated the library on PC, there's still some games that still kind of anchor me here, like the Division and the community of Division players that I play games with. So why try to force a person to go and, if say I wasn't a PC gamer, let's say I didn't have a gaming PC and I still gamed on a console, it will be PlayStation. That's it. I was not willing to go buy an Xbox for much that they were, serving. I was okay playing third-party games and playing the PlayStation games. So what would make me go spend another $500 on a different console? There was not much. So Xbox's strategy is, you know what? We're going to go ahead and serve the PlayStation community where they are. Trying to poach a PlayStation player is not a sound strategy, because many of them are not going to want to come or move platforms. Inherently, that is not a consumer-friendly way to tell somebody, come play our games. A consumer-friendly way would be to say, here are our games, especially when you're losing in the console sales. That's what you would have to do, right? Here are our games. If you like them, we offer them on a subscription service via Game Pass, or not, and make money from doing it. It's that simple. The proposition is so good, right, for Xbox, and I think quite troubling for PlayStation, that many PlayStation fans have to now calculate how the 30% benefit is the greatest thing for PlayStation ever. Even when 70% is where Xbox is going to be making money from. In fact, Xbox already understood this 8 years ago when they realized that nothing they could do would just make a Steam user show up on their ecosystem. They already have tested this stuff. They've tested this stuff extensively. The Steam user wasn't going to drop a PC to go buy an Xbox. It wasn't going to happen. So what did Xbox do? They started shipping to Steam, and they reaped the rewards significantly. Xbox games were staying on the top earning games every year. Since I've looked back to 2017, I have found a Microsoft or Xbox game on Steam's highest grossing games every year. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23 was when they actually went nuts with Starfield. Yes, Call of Duty and all that, but Starfield. And in 2024, Call of Duty. So this same strategy is what they're taking to PlayStation. I see a lot of people saying it's because Xbox is getting beaten in the console war that they're now selling their games on PlayStation. No. Xbox was already getting beaten in the console war, and then they took their games to Steam. That's the history. You cannot warp time. The timeline is they were getting decimated on console sales. Not enough consoles sold to sell exclusives on, so they went to PC. Having gone to PC, stayed profitable, Forza 5 from the 2023 Sea of Thieves. Growth now entails that they now expand, thereby turning PlayStation, their biggest competitor, into a glorified storefront. Or, call it what you want, a storefront. That's the play here. That's the business strategy here. If you bought into the ecosystem because you thought you were going to be getting exclusives, that ecosystem died in 2016. I still saw the crap gamer hounding Aaron Greenberg on his avowed post on Twitter today. And it's just so funny that even he cannot even see past the fields for the forest, and was over there heckling the man about, oh, how long until the game goes to PlayStation. This was the same cat. Right? Who Phil Spencer had to basically castigate and say when he said he was going to cancel his pre-order of Quantum Break. Phil Spencer had to say, you're going to cancel a pre-order of a game that you want to play because someone else gets to play the game on PC? But some people are stuck in this particular loop. They can't get out of it. You know what I mean? They can't get out of it. That's all they know. Oh, my console's got this. Your console ain't got that. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Here it is. I'm not joking. You thought I was making that stuff up? Aaron Greenberg reposts a thing about Avowed. The Crap Gamer says, how long before it comes to PlayStation? Posts a meme. Very inappropriate meme under a post about the game. That's all they know. That's all they want to go ahead and do. He gets ignored. I'm sure he's probably already like on the ignore this cat list because he's stuck in that cycle. 8 years later, he's still concerned about exclusivity, which never paid Xbox 8 years ago. I'm not joking. I still have that. Look, here's the tweet where Phil Spencer is getting after him. I basically use it as a timeline. And I'll probably use this tweet as well on a new timeline as well. It's weird, guys. Comment section. Peace out.